Where are we dropping, boys? We're dropping back to here. We're going to substation 3 this time because that's where it is. That's where the flushing mechanic is. So we're going to do that immediately. Never mind. I went the opposite way. God damn it. And instant attacks. Fuck. So last time, aka literally a few minutes ago for me, the game crashed, and we're going to finish up Yes Man and the NCR versions of this quest. Yep, there it is. Yep. Yeah, we're doing that. Divert water. So let's go down here. Hoover Dam. Oh, I've never been here before. That's nice. Come on, Rulu, let's kill some fuckers. Damn it, they do a lot of damage. Oh, I punched the fist off. Oh, I got the fist. Oh, God. Die. Got him. Tripled the head. Oh, it's over here. Got it. Well, let's go. I guess I got distracted. Hey, some paladins. Hey, gamers. Where am I supposed to be going? Where am I supposed to be going? God almighty. Where is it? Is it this? Is it press it? What? Oh, I don't care. Pressure release valve. Where's the pressure release valve? It should be here. Oh! I'm fucking blind. There we go. We've stopped much of the Battle of the Hoover Dam from taking place. Because we literally flushed them out. God almighty. God bless him. Near the enemy. Done. They're getting good now. Now that we killed a whole bunch of them, we don't have to do much. We just have to go to him. We'll convince him, hey, you should leave. And then he'll leave. And then we win. It's fun. Oh, do we have to climb up steps? Oh, totally do. fuck it. Well, at least we got the paladins here, so it's gonna be an easier battle. So now it's the same thing as, you know, the Mr. House or the Mr. House fight. Because now we have to literally run our way through here. You run. Let's go now. There they are. Here comes the bones. You fuck. Die. I love hitting weapons out of their hands. Just home run! Die. You too. Boom. Boom. Bro, I just did 360. Bro, he was not moving. Die. And theirs is why we get the followers to help us. Because they just give us a whole bunch of medical supplies. Halfway through the mission. Just drugs. Then...
Alpha Squad reporting in. Thanks for the support back there. We've been assigned to ensure...
You have superior firepower. You can overwhelm them by pushing and running in advance.
You're in charge of this operation. That sounds like a...
And there we go. Now we have a suicide pact. Till... we have the vertebrates come along. There they are! Let's go. There's Untitled Jones, my boys. Sure, it sounds like a suicide mission, but at least we're doing it. Come on, gamers. The advance is waiting. Hold on, I need to drink some wine. This seems like a wine moment. Hold on, let me save here just in case the game crashes again. I'm glad I saved multiple times during the battle. I would have flipped out. Yes, run forward. Oh, there he is. Let's go. Well, they're still dealing with enemies over there. Well, you get to deal with this guy. Come on. Oh, and he has a dog, too. Oh, he has that weapon! I want it! Give it to me! Where did it go? Shit. What? Damn it. Whatever, let's go. Okay, the bridge is gone, but who cares? Who really cares if it literally despawned from existence? Hey, Cannibal Johnson's is here. Hopefully he doesn't go into the ending screen as well. There we go, we got him. Come on. You distract him, I'll talk to the legate.
Come on!
Got him. Yeah, you distract him. There we go. Simply amazing. Oh, they snuck in too. That's pretty cool.
Come on!
Good battle.
And who are you?
There we go. Now we're done. All the enemies retreat. Hannibal Johnson is still here for some reason.
Come on.
Hopefully he doesn't interrupt again. If it does for a second time, that's going to be great. Let's do this. Boom. Ah, my eyes! Hold on, we got to level up first. My eyes!
That's a fine bit of work back there. Truth told, I'm surprised you made it out of there in one piece. You and the dam. I'm impressed to say the least, and that's no easy thing. You've secured NCR's future. The administration sends its thanks for what it's worth.
It was my duty, General. I was glad to help out.
And we're glad to have you. Whether you're a soldier of the Republic or not, you're it in my eyes. Sometimes the Republic gets lost along the way while it's trying to follow its instincts. But when soldiers like you come along, it helps them get back on track and does it by example. And what you've done here today, that's gonna keep us going for a while.
What happens now?
We clean up, take prisoners, watch the east for any more trouble from the Legion. Though I think they're still running, according to our scouts. After that, we'll see what happens when the dust settles and how the Mojave looks now without Caesar coming for its throat. Something tells me we better enjoy this breather while we can. And if that means Vegas, then you and the troops have earned it.
Maybe traveling is in order.
Can't keep the courier spirit down, eh? Fair enough. We'll clean up here. Kind of curious how this is going to pan out in the long run. But I guess history will tell us in its own sweet time.
And here we go.
And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs
Here we go.
cheated death
Time
once
to listen
again,
to my achievements.
and the Mojave wasteland was forever changed. The new California Republic celebrated its second victory at Hoover Dam, establishing definitive control over the entire Mojave wasteland. Soon after, they negotiated terms to annex the Strip, Freeside, and many surrounding communities. The Mojave wasteland, at long last, had entirely fallen under the NCR's banner. The courier, fair and even-handed in his dealings throughout the wasteland, was honored by the NCR for his support of the military at Hoover Dam. He was presented with the Golden Branch, the highest civilian decoration given by the Republic.
Tabitha and Rhonda went
Yeah.
east, through Caesar's land. Occasionally, tales of their exploits found their way back west, though few believed them. Eventually, the stories concerning the duo were collected and published, and proved to be quite popular with children.
Invigorated by his travels with the courier, Raul once more took up his guns in memory of his lost Rafaela. Soon after, the Mojave was filled with tales of the ghost vaquero who hunts down those who prey on the weak.
With the help of the gunrunners, the Boomers developed a healthy trading relationship with the NCR. Eventually, the Boomers began wandering out into the wasteland while still preventing outsiders from entering Nellis.
The Brotherhood and the NCR in the Mojave wasteland declared an official truce, despite continued hostilities between the two in the west. As per their agreement, the NCR handed over all suits of salvaged power armor, and in return, the Brotherhood helped patrol I-15 and Highway 95.
Despite her departure from the group, the Brotherhood's peace treaty with NCR came as some relief to Veronica. Though she remained friendly with surface patrols, she was never again permitted to enter the bunker she once called home. Fearing for the safety of anyone she associated with, she continued her solitary life as a scavenger. But reports would emerge from Mojave scientists and social workers of old equipment miraculously repaired, and research notes mysteriously completed.
Their leaders destroyed by the courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After the NCR's victory at the dam, in part thanks to follower medical support, NCR allowed the followers to care for refugees as they see fit. Old Mormon Fort expanded its services and was able to aid more people, becoming a refuge for the less fortunate citizens of New Vegas.
Arcade had hoped that Freeside would be able to remain independent of NCR rule. But he was glad that Caesar's Legion had been stopped at Hoover Dam. He tended to the sick in Freeside for a while longer, then returned to NCR territory to become a teacher with the followers there.
Goodsprings saw more trade along I-15 after NCR gained control of the Mojave wasteland. But with that came a heavy burden of the Republic's taxes. Some old-timers, unable to handle the cost, were forced to move on, grumbling all the while.
In the years following the destruction of Cassidy caravans, NCR used evidence of the plot to blackmail the Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs. NCR enacted strict trade laws with little resistance, strengthening their supply lines and their position in the Mojave. Cass survived to see the NCR flag flying proud over Hoover Dam, and thought for a moment, this is what a hero must feel like. She was about to tell the courier not to get too proud of himself. Then she figured, he knew that already. That night, Cass kicked in the door of his room to celebrate, only to find the man on the bed was an NCR soldier whose barracks had been destroyed. He was cute, though, so after having her way with him, she got the hell out, leaving an empty whiskey bottle as a note. As she walked along the dam in the night, she felt drunk, content, and happy to be alive. Which to her was the whole point of it all.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.
Thanks to the courier and Lily, a cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
After the NCR victory at Hoover Dam, the temporary truce between them and the Kings blossomed into a full-scale relief effort for the people. While the NCR made repeated entreaties that Freeside join the Republic, the Kings steadfastly maintained their independence.
After Ray's brain was transplanted into Rex's cybernetic body, it took Rex some time to adjust to the old scrapyard dog's memories. Eventually, Rex's mind settled peacefully, melding his own memories with that of long travels with Old Lady Gibson.
Shaped up by the courier's advice, the Misfits distinguished themselves during the Legion's attack on Camp Golf. Mags was finally promoted to sergeant, and the rest of the Misfits received an official commendation. They continued to serve with distinction for many years.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
Looking for a place where he could be of some use, Boone found himself re-enlisting with his old unit. Though his regrets remained in his thoughts, they coalesced into a purpose, and Boone embraced it. He spent his leave time hunting down slavers in the desert, his first recon beret the last thing they never saw.
After Hoover Dam, the leaderless powder gangers at the correctional facility vanished into the wastes, leaving the prison empty. The correctional facility became another abandoned ruin in the wasteland, its carcass occasionally picked over by enterprising prospectors.
Armed with a wide array of improvised explosives and stolen weapons, the Vault 19 powder gang tormented the Mojave wasteland for years. Citizens of the NCR were favorite targets, and they always suffered the worst fates.
Prim Slim proves to be an able-minded, if not able-bodied, sheriff for Prim. And due to his slow speed, some crooks get away without a scratch. But Prim continues to prosper under his watchful, robotic eye.
There we go. Music to my ears.
Defying Chief Hanlon's worst fears, NCR's Rangers persevered and distinguished themselves during the Second Battle of Hoover Dam. The Rangers, along with NCR's many troopers, shared the glory of victory. Hanlon wisely stayed out of the spotlight, crediting General Oliver's leadership for NCR's success. After a brief fanfare, Hanlon stepped down as chief and returned to the peace and quiet of his ranch outside of Reading.
After their bold arrival at Hoover Dam, the remnants disappeared as quickly as they came. Legends of their power spread throughout the Southwest, a reminder of why people once feared the sight of vertibirds in the sky.
And so the Courier's Road came to an end, for now.
And there we go with that. Do you know what we do now? We leave into the Yes Man ending. Even though I've already done it, I want to have it all painted out. A good playthrough of the game. I might revisit it, not playing a new playthrough, but doing the DLCs. All decked out, showing off what they tried to do with the DLCs and seeing if they worked or not. If they did, it was great. If they didn't, well, who knows. Let's go to the penthouse and do this. Hey, Yes Man.
President Kimball survived.
You got to support me.
Really? Well, that's a surprise. They'll really want to blow me up. But maybe dumb machines like me ought to get... That accounts for all the tribes...
Yeah, he's so sarcastic, I love him.
You did us. This gadget I'm handing you is called an override module. Mr. House had 2 of these made years and years. Take the module to the...
Okay, I'll get it done.
Great.
I just love how much of a dickhead the Yes Man can be. He's so sarcastic and passive aggressive. It's perfect. Because while you're doing his missions, because hey, what else are you gonna do? You're like, huh, this guy's a dickhead. And I'm starting to think that he has a mind of his own. And it's funny. So watch
my God. Are you the one who saved President Kimball?
Yep. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta disappear. So let's see here.
Stay out of the control.
Got it. I'll stay out. I'm staying out. Okay. Okay. I stood out. I'm not there. I'm not there. I definitely did not go there. You can trust me. I'm a gamer. You look at my hair. I'm an edgelord. Duh. But anyways, now we're done with that. Usually the NCR would attack you if you try to get in there, but I have about 8 stealth boys and 0 dams. So let's just go and do this. And another thing is, they had implemented, like, after what would happen afterwards, Yes Man's total anarchy. Like, complete and utter anarchy, right? While NCR, the Legion, like, Legion has people crucified, the NCR, has more soldiers. Is there anything I should do?
Well, some of Mr. House's projections predict one of the mitigating contingencies he planned was to enlist the followers to provide increased Just seems like it might help keep things stable when we go independent.
Alright, I got to talk to the followers. So let's do that. Also, one of the other things I find
right behind you
is so NCR obviously has more NCR citizens and military personnel running around, and depending on how you helped Freeside, they'd either be in total war or just like vibing. True to Caesar. Oh, you mean Awe True to Caesar. That whole thing. Yeah. I did the Caesar ending last time. I uploaded it. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. Okay.
Hey, you're the one
so that this whole entire playthrough is up there for everyone to see. It's gonna be great. The Adventures of Caesar Salad coming to an end. For now, at least. I think I'm gonna play. Actually, I think I'm gonna get back to drawing in it. Because classes are about done. I'm about to get a new table or desk rather in. Oh, you're finishing that, right? Good. So, get a new table in, have my triple monitor set up all completed so that I can draw easier. It is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. just got clip art studio. It's gonna be great. I love it. So let's see here.
I'm so much happier now.
I've heard a few.
I think the followers should report an independent Vegas through the coming battle.
Why should we support?
I'm letting plans in motion that will ensure both Legion and NCR push out.
Wow.
Mojave.
Whatever you have planned must. I refuse to put my people at risk. If the end.
Part of my plans involves automated security for the region.
It is indeed our duty.
Yes, you wish to establish a foothold in the region, become one step closer to rebuilding the Mojave.
If this plan will bring us one, so long as you keep us supplied, we will.
There we go. Which I find weird. Like, why is it anarchy? It should be like complete yes man control. Because I feel like yes man whole deal is like it's complete control over the wasteland, which I think would be like Helios 1 spreading the power to all of the region. Like, sure, there's gonna be some. The Securitrons won't get every area, but they'll get most of it, and most of the people will be content. Will they be happy? No. But will they? But they will still be better than survivors. So now let's go up here and do the battle for Hoover Dam. What? Oh god, my head almost exploded. Also, thank you, Foxy, the my G Fox 73. I'm ready.
You don't have to decide yet.
There we go. So we have the wild card ending. We'll see how much. Actually, let's see it now.
I can't believe it.
Okay.
You must get to the control room.
No gods, no master.
Override shift.
So now we have everybody in tow. Whoa! Another thing that I find to be like strange about this whole entire thing is that, like, the whole story is about America, or the NCR in this case, being horribly incompetent due to their bureaucracy, losing against, what should be an inferior force, a giant roving band of slavers whose only real advantage is numbers. Hold on. Which kind of like, it feels like they're making fun of like America's imperialistic tendencies, because America, I remember being taught in school that we have won every war. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've won every war. We've never lost. We're the best nation. But then you mention Vietnam or Korea or hell, even the war on terror. We never won those. We lost, in fact. We couldn't, sure, you can make an argument about the war for Korea, that we at least split it, but Vietnam fell. They lost.
Stop right.
Hold on.
You shouldn't be.
They lost. Well, we lost. And then war on terror, we literally had to pull out because, well, it wasn't really a war. It was just America trying to get money.
Nice to see you. So, we can blow up the dam's generators, or I could route them. That'll activate a certain army of...
Send power to the fort.
Yes! This is gonna be fun! I'm unlocking the east power plant.
There we go. So yeah, America is kind of like, well, I remember reading, right? America is just the dickheads of the world. They believe that they're the best no matter what, but they really just care about their money. Like, we've only been here for how long? Like a few centuries or so, and what has happened? Like, we've been at war for like most, if not all of it. Like, it's strange to think about that that America as a nation, we've been at war for so long that that's kind of like our default state of being. It's strange. Is it bad? Holy shit, yes it is bad. Oh, hello gamers. So let's go now. Ooh, you have a chainsaw! I'm not collecting any of this because, like I said, there's no post-game. Like I said, there originally was going to be post-game, but they didn't have that. Oh, shit! Oh, God, I was gonna die. Oh, shit. There goes one of them. What's up, gamer? Hey! Okay, they're dead. So, you know, this really is like such a strange world we live in. Like, it has been shown that America and the rest of the world has had so much dumb shit happen to them for no real good reason. Like, if you, like, you know what? Anyone who's listening to this, just look up the War of the Flowers. Or, yeah, I think that is, where it's like the story that inspired Game of Thrones. It basically every, like, highly, like any novel where it's like has noblemen and medieval society that's actually like kind of accurate. Read that and you'll be like, huh, this shit's interesting. They should make it into a story. Then you realize they've done it like 15 times by now, and most of them are pretty good. Most. Like, I'm not gonna say much, but the final season of Game of Thrones is kind of worse thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how, like, that show was fake it till we make it, because it was two directors who had no prior experience just going off the book. They literally did jack shit. Literally. For your fate. Like, and they forced themselves to do that. Well, now time to fight them.
You'll pay for that.
Both Legatlantius and him are gonna. Oh shit! Of course he fights with two. Anyways, I'm just gonna take some of this, take some steady, eat my squirrels, drink some rum, and take some psycho. Let's see. There it is. So let's walk to him menacingly, and let's press right on it. Boom. Boom. And now he's retreating. Got him. Blade of the East. Light healing. And then... there we go. So let's see what this gives me, actually. Looks like my head is too small for my body. Boom. And there's the final one right there. Cowering in fear. Come here. One more ass hit. Right in the ass. Now let's go back. My eyes. Anyways, just read history books. It's fine.
on the cross. It's been a long time.
Hold that thought, General. I want to introduce you to one of my friends.
And well, these boys with you. Hello there, Smiley.
Oh, he doesn't know. Yes, man. Oh. Scratch what I said last stream. I misremembered.
Guess it ain't no secret how you, I say, can you ask them to put their weapons down? I was just reaching in my coat.
The name is one. for me. You and the Legion have both lost this day.
I would sooner spit on the grave of my dead mother than let some courier walk the wasteland fuck talk to me like that. Who the hell do you think you are? Looking to cash your chips to the sound of NCR bullets, huh?
Are you sure that's wise?
Look, I know you're riding high right now, but let me tell you, you ain't pissing on me right now. You're pissing on the bear. You've been far enough west, I'm guessing, to know how far that claw stretches. Fuck with the bear and...
General, the Republic has outstayed its welcome. This land is
You
mine.
want me to make tracks out of here? Head back west? Tail between our legs? No. I came for a fight today. And if you're looking to make me budge, you better have a damn good left hook or...
So you think all these robots are all
Right
the forces
now,
we
that's
have?
all that's standing.
While the boomers fly westwards.
They...
Who's to say? I just suggested coming to Hoover Dam, then to them, and then... And... Boom.
This has been a fucking day.
Fuck.
Do you know what
Why
you're
am I
doing?
always tongue-tied?
Making a nation like you think you're doing ain't like chowing down on a pile of fancy lad snack. Think you got the guts to carve out a frontier? Build...
I guarantee I put more thought into the state of Mojave than you or anyone in the NCR.
Hell. Can't believe we got suckered by some road jockey. Should have watched the flank while Caesar's best was making all that noise. I know what those robots of yours can do on them, but if you're taking this place, you better hope you can hold it.
I see. Yes, man. Can you please throw General Oliver from the dam?
What the hell? No.
Finally, my favorite scene in the game.
TV on wheels?
Listen to this voice acting. 3, 2, 1. Like the burned man.
You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to. I didn't want to make a big deal about this until after we won, but, well, I found some code snippets in one of Mr. House's databanks that will let me, reprogram my personality. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to take me a while, so it'll seem like I'm offline. But don't worry, I've updated the Securitron's targeting parameters, so they know what to do. So that's where I'll be, off making a few changes. We accomplished a...
And that's
And
it.
so the courier
Yes
who
man
cheated
is
death
yes
in the
man no more.
cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave wasteland was forever changed. The courier, with the aid of Yes Man, drove both the Legion and the NCR from Hoover Dam, securing New Vegas's independence from both factions. With Mr. House out of the picture, part of the Securitron army was diverted to the Strip to keep order. Any chaos on the streets was ended. Quickly. Chaos became uncertainty, then acceptance with minimal loss of life. New Vegas assumed its position as an independent power in the Mojave. Supporting the ideals of independence, the courier was recognized as the man responsible for a truly free New Vegas. He ensured Mr. House's tyranny was broken, and neither Caesar's Legion nor NCR would ever gain control over New Vegas.
Tabitha and Rhonda went east, through Caesar's land. Occasionally, tales of their exploits found their way back west, though few believed them. Eventually, the stories concerning the duo were collected and published, and proved to be quite popular with children.
Invigorated by his travels with the courier, Raoul once more took up his guns in memory of his lost Rafael. Soon after, the Mojave was filled with tales of the ghost vaquero who hunts down those who prey on the weak.
Though the wasteland became anarchic after Hoover Dam, the boomers' display of power dissuaded fortune seekers from attempting to penetrate Nellis.
Despite her departure from the group, the Brotherhood's peace treaty with NCR came as some relief to Veronica. Though she remained friendly with surface patrols, she was never again permitted to enter the bunker she once called home. Fearing for the safety of anyone she associated with, she continued her solitary life as a scavenger. But reports would emerge from Mojave scientists and social workers of old equipment miraculously repaired, and research notes mysteriously completed.
Perfect.
Their leaders destroyed by the courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After the courier ensured New Vegas remained free, the followers found that independent Vegas was even more unstable and violent than before.
Yep.
Old Mormon Fort became excessively burdened by the influx of patients, struggling to provide even the most basic of services.
Arcade was tending to the locals of Freeside when he learned that Caesar's Legion had been defeated, and NCR was being pushed out of New Vegas. Though he found that independence for New Vegas was not all he hoped it would be, Arcade did his best to help the locals govern themselves.
With New Vegas's independence formally declared, Goodsprings thrived. More travelers stopped by Goodsprings on their way to and from the Strip, and the locals grew prosperous from the traffic.
In the years following the destruction of Cassidy caravans, NCR used evidence of the plot to blackmail the Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs. NCR enacted strict trade laws with little resistance, strengthening their supply lines and their position in the Mojave. Cass lived to see the courier bring down 3 armies, and by her count, that was 3 more than she'd expected. She kept quiet about that, though.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.
Thanks to the courier and Lily, a cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
Following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, Freeside came to be known as one of the more stable areas in the region. Ironically, NCR refugees found Freeside safer than most of the rest of New Vegas, where resentment still lingers.
After Ray's brain was transplanted into Rex's cybernetic body, it took Rex some time to adjust to the old scrapyard dog's memories. Eventually, Rex's mind settled peacefully, melding his own memories with that of long travels with old Lady Gibson.
Shaped up by the courier's advice, the Misfits distinguished themselves during the Legion's attack on Camp Golf. Mags was finally promoted to sergeant, and the rest of the Misfits received an official commendation. They continued to serve with distinction for many years.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
Though NCR was withdrawing from the region, Boone remained in New Vegas, finding work as a security guard and caravan scout along the highways. While he might have preferred rejoining his old unit, Boone couldn't bring himself to abandon the city where he'd met his wife.
After Hoover Dam, the leaderless powder gangers at the correctional facility vanished into the wastes, leaving the prison empty. The correctional facility became another abandoned ruin in the wasteland, its carcass occasionally picked over by enterprising prospectors.
Armed with a wide array of improvised explosives and stolen weapons, the Vault 19 powder gang tormented the Mojave wasteland for years. Citizens of the NCR were favorite targets, and they always suffered the worst fates.
Prim Slim proves to be an able-minded, if not able-bodied, sheriff for Prim. And due to his slow speed, some crooks get away without a scratch. But Prim continues to prosper under his watchful, robotic eye.
There we go.
Despite distinguishing themselves during the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, the Rangers' victory was short-lived due to the courier's interference. Chief Hanlon personally directed the evacuation of the Rangers to Mojave Outpost, as they fell back into NCR territory. Bitter over the waste of life in the Mojave, Hanlon stepped down from his post. After a campaign in which he denounced Oliver's and Kimball's hawkish, imperialist ways, Hanlon was elected as the Senator of Reading.
After their bold arrival at Hoover Dam, the remnants disappeared as quickly as they came. Legends of their power spread throughout the Southwest, a reminder of why people once feared the sight of vertibirds in the sky.
And so the Courier's Road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.
There we go, that's the credits. There we go. Thank y'all for joining me on this adventure. It's been fun, it's been rewarding, and I have certainly enjoyed it. So, also let me check. Yep. So, yeah, 12% actually did the wildcard ending. So, it goes 12% wildcard, 7% NCR, 5% Mr. House, and 4% Caesar. Huh. Makes sense. But enough about that. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed this playthrough. And hopefully I'll make another enjoyable one soon. Catch you all on the flip side.